And now it's time for Block E's exclusive interview with Press for Truth's Dan Dix.
Block E, the podcast.
My name's Dan Dix. I'm a filmmaker, investigative journalist, and I run a YouTube channel and website, pressfortruth.ca. To be honest, I kind of, it just snowballed. I sort of fell into it. It was a natural progression of my activism, really. I first started hearing about issues that I felt need to be exposed back in around 98, 99. So it was a little bit of an early waker-upper, I guess. Funny enough, the very first topic I've ever heard anybody say anything about was chemtrails back then. And I thought it was crazy. I thought it was pretty ridiculous. And then my friend gave me a film. I don't recall what it was called. It was on a VHS tape. And that kind of got me going down the rabbit hole, essentially. And that was a little while ago. And from there, I got more involved in activism. I started meeting up with like-minded people, going to meetup groups, and then 9/11 happened. That's when I decided to kick it up another notch and get out there and start handing out DVDs, handing out flyers, meeting people. Did that for a number of years until 2006. I finally decided to start something on my own because there was a lot of debates about what the solutions ought to be, within these groups. So I felt I just needed to focus on what I felt needs to be done. So when I heard that Bilderberg was coming to Ottawa and I was only a few hours drive away, I thought, perfect. I borrowed my brother's camera and I went there, and basically it was at Bilderberg in 2006 when I first had a camera in my hands that I knew this is it. Like, this is what I want to do. And then from there, it just kind of snowballed. I enjoy the shorter videos, to be honest. I love documentary films, but it's a lot of work. Not that I'm, one to shy away from a lot of work, but anybody who's ever done a film will realize just how big of a project it really is. And with the day-to-day videos, I can mix it up. I can mix up the style even. Sometimes I'll do a 10 or 15-minute video in the style of a documentary. Sometimes I won't. Sometimes I'll do it in a jump cut style or just a walk and talk type of vlog. Having that ability to mix it up keeps it interesting for me and fun. I have a video that I think is probably my favorite video, the best video I've ever made, I think. It was about the December 2012. It was about 2012 and the end of the world, the Mayan calendar. Everything was going to end on December 21st, 2012. And I went around in downtown Toronto asking people their views on that. And long story short, I asked them if they would be willing to do an act of kindness, a random act of kindness for someone else on the street. And a lot of people ended up doing it. It was a really positive video. It sent out a really good, positive message, and I just really felt like I nailed that one. I can't believe I can't remember the name of it, but if you look on my channel, use the search feature and just type in something like December 21st. Oh yeah, it was called December 21st, 2012, What Will You Do, I think? Something like that, but that's probably by far the video I'm most proud of, other than my film Into the Fire. I'm not sure, it is interesting to see the entire world's attention and focus on Donald Trump, especially when, we have our own issues to deal with here in Canada. But Trudeau seems to be a bit of a narcissist, He's our selfie prime minister. So I think maybe it's affecting him a little bit personally in the sense that maybe the limelight's being stolen a little bit from the hair. Yeah, I have, my favorites. I'm a fan of certain YouTubers, and I have been incredibly blessed and lucky enough to be in a position to have become great friends with these people. One of my most favorite YouTubers is James Corbett. And I absolutely love the Corbett Report. He's the only YouTuber where I won't necessarily have to watch the entire video before I would share it. I won't do that with anyone else other than James Corbett. I'm confident enough, I'll be halfway through a video with him and I'll go ahead and share it. I won't do that with anybody else other than him. So James Corbett's probably my number one. I'm a big fan of Luke Rudowski. He's been doing great work with We Are Change, and like I said, I've been looking up to some of these guys for a long time. We all started at the same time, and I've been looking up to these guys for years, and now we're good friends, and it's amazing. There's all kinds of free market solutions that end up presenting themselves when people try to silence our free speech. We saw that with the YouTube adpocalypse. What that ended up spawning was this website called DTube, dtube.video. And that has ended up being a way for me to supplement my income through earning cryptocurrencies called Steam dollars. I then trade that for Bitcoin, sell that, and pay my bills. So, yes, moving forward, there's going to be more suppression of our speech online. But free market solutions present themselves all the time, and we got to go to those platforms and encourage others to do so. Not entirely abandon the ones that we were at either, because we don't want to preach to the choir. We don't want to just be in an ideological echo chamber. We want to reach the masses with our message. So I think it's important moving forward to stay on these platforms, even though they're going to try to silence us, but to diversify, I suppose you could say, and check out these new ones like Steemit, DTube, BitChute, VidMe. There's a whole bunch of free market solutions arising to the suppression of our free speech, and it's a beautiful thing. I'm a huge dog person. Like, I'm a huge dog guy. Absolutely love dogs. Any dog I see, I almost just want to stop and say hi. I'm one of those dog people. I have an awesome little dog, a Havanese, a 2-year-old little Havanese named Kaiser Sose, and he's great. Man, what an interesting question. I'd have to say a dog, even though you see them all the time. You see them everywhere. But there's something very, very special about the relationship. I know the man's best friend and all that, but it's beyond that, in my opinion. I think it's a gift from God, and yeah, I just love dogs.